Where did I put my screwdrivers? It appears that my screwdrivers are missing. But here they are. And the plumber and Aaron are here already. It's only been like 30 seconds. So, tonight we have a MacBook that apparently has no liquid damage. The vomit board got Tim. I don't know what got me, but something gave me an infection on my hand. Who knows what? Probably one of these nasty boards. So apparently this had no liquid damage. Notice that one screw is missing. So the customer states that nothing was ever spilled on this. And as always, is that ever correct when the customer says that they haven't spilled anything on it? Yeah, this clearly looks like something that has never had anything spilled on it, right? Hopefully our CPU is okay, because that's our CPU controller right there. So, let's pull this board out, and I guess I have to wear gloves now, or else I don't want to get another infection on my hand. So I've never worn gloves working on these things, and now I have to start. I don't like wearing gloves. Gloves are terrible. Okay, so now we have gloves. We can fix the MacBook properly without causing any more illnesses. Yeah, didn't spill anything on it. Yeah, right. This is like driving your car into a wall and then telling the insurance company, "Oh, I didn't crash it. It just ended up that way." It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's like driving your car into a wall and saying, "I didn't crash it," and expecting that no one's going to notice. This is probably going to have a dead CPU or something, but we're going to try and save this. We may actually put this in the ultrasonic first because of how nasty it is. You always know when the LCD connector is stuck in. I almost wonder if this is another vomit board. It kind of looks like it. Will MacBook work again? Probably not, but tweezers. And watch, I give Lewis about 10 minutes before he starts streaming. I forgot I used a small wire brush and forgot to take the battery off. Spark, yeah. That sounds like a nightmare. I've done stupid things like that. If you don't do stupid things, you just, I don't know. All of us do stupid stuff like that. We're all going to have these minutes where we just completely screw something up that is part of it. Not too bad. No corrosion. There's some corrosion by my CPU MOSFETs. But these 81278 boards aren't as bad as the new Haswell ones where they just short. So we're going to go over this board and start diagnosing it. My luck, the fan is going to spin. No, who are we kidding? This fan isn't going to spin. This is destroyed. Okay, so obviously we know we have some issues right here. This does not look good. Who knows what this is? I'd rather not know what this fluid is. It could be pretty much anything, but whatever it is, I'd rather not know what it is. But this is concerning right here. That's what controls our CPU MOSFETs. I caught a stream, finally. Well, nice to have you here. So we're going to plug this board in. In the first rail, we're going to measure. Of course, we get no green light in the charger. Not a big surprise if any of you are familiar with this board and how it fails when you get liquid by the SMC. So hopefully the SMC isn't dead because I think I'm out of 3115 SMCs. But our first rail we're going to check is going to be PP-Bus G3 hot, and that's going to show up right over by this corroded ISL on this fuse. And we notice that it's 12.22 volts. So the ISL, even though looking nasty, so our ISL is this chip right here, even though the ISL looks nasty, it's still working. However, our SMC is not. So 12.22 volts means that our SMC is not communicating properly with our ISL. So as many of you know, the ISL has two bidirectional data lines, SDA and SCL. One of those is probably not working right, and it's no surprise why. So we're going to start by adding a nice amount of Amtech NC559 to this area, as usual. That's a lot of flux. Take glue corners off. Yes, I know. Give me a chance. We're going to let it cool and then see if we made any progress. Obviously this isn't going to turn on. I mean, look at it. And most likely we're going to have some corrosion on our clock chip, which is right on the other side of the board. Like right over here. That might be okay. Hard to tell. Board is cooled off enough. Maybe not, it's still smoking. So we'll give that a second. See, now a lot of this wasn't truly that bad. It just needed a good reflow. These Thunderbolt caps I'll probably remove and replace them if I feel like it. Still might be a little bit too hot to turn on. Whoa. Did you guys see that? The thing just went on fire. That was incredible. What burned up? Something burned up right there. I gotta watch the recording on it. That was cool. I knew I saw a puff of smoke, but yeah, I got that on camera too. That was insane. Okay, so what blew up? So we know something blew up right here. We're just gonna rip all that off. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Just get all this junk out of here. That was pretty cool though, I have to admit. Yeah, you know what? You're not getting Thunderbolt. No way. Screw Thunderbolt. Yeah, you're not. No way I'm giving you Thunderbolt back. But see, this damage isn't that bad. It didn't go into the substrate too bad, so we're good. We're just gonna kind of cut this right here if we can, and this board will live a happy life without Thunderbolt. Yeah, when Thunderbolt fails like that, you are not going to fix that. You're going to leave it as it is. Unless you want it to come back and burn someone's house down. That resistor wasn't in too good of a shape. I don't know if it needs that resistor to turn on, but we are going to test it. So something else went on fire over here. Okay, so watch this cap. This cap is going on fire too. Let's see. I seriously wonder what got on this board. You know what? We're going to stop here. This is going to get an ultrasonic bath. Whatever is corroded on it, it is highly conductive, and it's causing issues when I turn it on. That's why it keeps smoking. So this is going to go in the ultrasonic bath. I'm going to take a minute to put this in the ultrasonic, and then I have to return a phone call real quick, and I will be right back. So we're going to take the heatsink off, speaker, fan, all that stuff, and this is going to get a nice ultrasonic bath, and hopefully this will work. Well, we know it's not going to work, but you know, you guys know what I mean. Maybe we can get it to not go on fire when I turn it on. How do people manage to get that much stuff on the board? Probably by throwing up on it. That wouldn't surprise me if this is what happened to this board. Alright, so Macbook is going to go in the ultrasonic, and I will leave you guys with my desk view. I will be right back. Give me about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, I am back. So what's going on? Looking down at the bench, got that, need that. Huh? Alright, our board is done on one side. We're going to switch it. Another thing I noticed is you can't type when you have gloves on, not on a touchscreen phone. Alright, sweep 3 minutes. I have to reply to someone so they don't think I'm crazy because the message did not come out normally typing with gloves on the phone. So how's everyone's evening going? Hopefully good. I'm just waiting on that board to come out of the cleaner. Then we got to, got the quick, got the power supply. Excellent. Business has gotten fairly busy again here. December, January was a little bit slow, which is typical. And now I'm back to slammed, which is a good thing. I'd rather be busy than not busy. January and December typically are always slow months for business. Do you have any issues with doing repairs to other shops? Other shops say they want to organize some kind of relationship. Okay, no. Here's their relationship. They send you boards, you fix them. There is no contract, no nothing. If they want to send you boards, they send them to you and you fix them. You don't sign a contract, an agreement that you must fix them in this timeline or else you don't get paid, and none of that stuff. No kind of relationships or partnerships. Now, I want to do a dedicated video on this, and your comment actually is probably going to persuade me to do that either tonight or tomorrow. So, a lot of times when other shops will see something in you that they want to so-called partner with you, and with this they'll basically screw you over. You have to ask yourself, why are they what are they, or why do they want to partner with me? Now if you think about this a second, why would a repair shop just all of a sudden want to partner with you? Usually it's because they see something in you for their own benefit and they're going to use you for their benefit and not yours. You're not just going to get someone that's going to say, oh, I'm going to partner with you, what do you need for equipment? I'm just going to, give you this much money for equipment. You'll get those people, but there's always something something they're not telling you when they do that. So watch out for those kind of things. Just stay away from that stuff. If they want to send you repairs, great. If not, there will be better. Yeah, but no partnerships. Partnerships suck. At least certain ones. Some don't, but then again, a lot do. It really comes down. Like, let's say if you and someone you trust are going to start a business, those kind of partnerships are perfect. Those are fine. But Where did you get the leads to the power supply when injecting voltage? It is a alligator clip that I cut the wire off and soldered a smaller wire to. Trader is here. Trader called my phone like 5 times last night. Negative 45. What country are you in? Or where are you? If you're in the United States, that's cold. That is super cold. I hate the cold. Do do you charge shops full price? No. So I have a I have wholesale pricing, but the thing I'm doing now is if you come in and act demanding, if you're a store and act demanding and screw with the board prior, you don't get wholesale rates. Rossman Circuit Group Incorporated. That's a good idea. Don't start a partnership with Hi-Hi. No, but Anthony, it would be a great idea if you and Hi-Hi would talk over the phone right now about a partnership. So what I advise Hi-Hi to do is call Anthony right now, and talk about partnerships between you and him. And if he doesn't answer, just keep calling. He'll eventually answer. Yeah, whenever someone doesn't answer your call, the best solution to get them to answer is just keep calling over and over and over again. Especially if, let's say, you're a customer that wants service and it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you know that the store opens at 11. The solution is just to keep calling. Just don't let up. Every 5 minutes until they answer. How does the stream look? It says video output low, which seems to be a YouTube problem because I'm at 37% CPU. Drop frames 0%. So yeah, we look good on this end. It has to be YouTube. If you're going to call me every 5 minutes, you had better be dying. You mean if you have, some... I wonder who this is calling right now. Given the area code, probably someone from New York. Probably shouldn't have said that on stream because now my phone is going to ring every 5 minutes. Alright, the board is baking. Whose board is this? Just found a random board on my desk and I don't know whose it is. Mystery board, donor board. It's Lewis. No. Lewis is gonna stream. Watch. Come on, board, hurry up. I wanna continue working on this thing. Might start getting calls from Australia. Yeah, you better be fine with the invoice for my phone bill, if that's the case. The Okay, so we blocked high so we can't call anymore. I think our board should be done. Just have to bake it to dry all the liquid. Almost. Not done. Sucks. I'm gonna forward Hi's number now to Anthony's personal cell phone. So next time I get a call from that same number, it's gonna get forwarded to Anthony's cell phone, um, which will help Anthony's business in some way or another. Alright, I'm done waiting. I'm gonna go get this board. It should be dry enough. And this board was incredibly nasty. So let's see. Remember how nasty this was? It's still fairly nasty. I mean, even the Sharper Tech, which is superior to a Crest, didn't do a very good job of cleaning this. I mean, this board was just disgusting. However, now we're going to plug in a fan and we're going to see if we get any difference. That board going on fire, I'm going to have to, yeah, that was pretty cool. I have to admit, even though the board was going on fire, that was pretty cool. I've never had that happen on stream. I've had it happen without being on stream, but that was the first time something went on fire on stream. So, you know what we should do is probably clean the rest of this this puke off of here. Just so it doesn't. And we're going to have quarter fan spin. So on these boards, the 2936 or whatever, these are, so R7402 and R3 or 4, I don't know exactly. if you have issues with these resistors, you will get quarter fan spin. So if you have quarter fan spin and corrosion right here, don't overlook these. These are going to have to go, of course, but yeah, don't overlook those. It's pretty common. So plug it in. No way. Look at this. This is what the power of a Sharp Protect cleaner can do. No way, that's insane. It works. This board works. So ultrasonic fixed this. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so we have some stuff to address, of course. We're going to get a donor board and go down the list. This guy is not getting Thunderbolt back. No way. Not doing it. But yeah, so how's our ISL look? This was nasty before. Looks perfect now after ultrasonic. Clock area. Let's see. This looks nasty. Clock looks nasty. Probably should replace that. So now it's just going to be a case of going through and just replacing all the little bits and stuff that looks nasty. And then, of course, after we're done with this, we'll do another pass of the ultrasonic. And, of course, replace some of the stuff that we removed. So, first things first, we need a donor board. Thunderbolt, I could care less about Thunderbolt. If this board is not getting Thunderbolt back, I'm going to rip the whole Thunderbolt circuit off. If yeah, don't fix Thunderbolt. You saw what happened. It went on fire, and you don't want that going on fire in someone's house or anything like that. Check stuffs. There's a lot of stuffs on the board. Too much stuffs. So the thing with stuff like this is if you leave it, it's going to come back. So it's best just to take care of it. I don't want to bombard the board with too much heat. So I'm going to switch to a smaller nozzle. We're going to get the nice bent 6mm nozzle. Where do you get a bent nozzle? You get a bent nozzle from store.rossmangroup.com. Yeah, Thunderbolt, get out of here. Hi is going to be back when Lewis goes live. See, you're a trader. You're a trader to Rossman Repair Group, and you're a trader to TCRS Circuit. Traders will be a trader. Equal opportunity trader. That's the correct word. What happened to poor MacBook? Poor MacBook went on fire. Rewind to earlier in the stream, and you'll see MacBook go on fire. I think those couple resistors were for Thunderbolts, so I'm going to check that, and if they are, then, yeah, that can stay off. Alright, so that was a short half an hour, hi. That was like half of a 5-minute interval. Alright, so board view for 3115, if my Intel Xeon processor can catch up, since it doesn't seem to be wanting to catch up. Xeon is nothing special, believe me. It's just a Core i5 called Xeon. That's it. Yeah, these resistors that I took off, so are for T29 BST, power, EN, yeah, screw Thunderbolt. Now this chip, U7880, this was corroded, and this is for CPU, VCC IO, and stuff like that. This thing right here, which we reflowed, that 1V8, yeah, that one's okay. I think I'll leave that. These caps have to go if I could find some replacements, which I have them. I'll probably replace that one thing for CPU VCCIO. Um, so the next up is these caps, and I'll replace the reset SMC reset chip too, because those do die randomly, and this will probably die as well. So it's best just to get rid of it. I never trust ceramic caps after they've been liquid damaged. They tend to short after you're done with them, and that's no fun for anyone. It's no fun for me when someone comes back in screaming that I didn't do a good job on the original repair. So you're doing a lot of work on this board. What is the repair like that worth? If this is for an end user, 210 or 220, I have to look. I don't remember. And for a store, it's going to be 170. And the thing is, this is going to take me less than an hour to do. 170 to almost 200 bucks an hour. That's not bad. I'm not going to complain about 200 bucks an hour. We're going to try and leave that there. I'll just touch the pins up. These resistors we can try and refurbish. Same with that sensor chip. Because I don't have many of those, because I constantly replace them, and those are often not dead. That's reasonable compared to the East Coaster. Honestly, we are very close in prices. As far as wholesale, we're like 20, 30 bucks off for that. And for end users, it's honestly make rent and 3 boards. Yeah, exactly. Me and Lewis, as far as prices now, are very similar on most of them. That's why it's like either or. When someone asks for mail-in board repair, it's where are you? Are you West Coast, Midwest, East Coast? You know, who are you closer to? Go to who you're closer to. Cheaper is not better. When you have your prices cheap, you tend to attract just bad customers. I'd rather have my prices higher and get less than have them dirt cheap and get more and have those customers that I'm getting them from be just terrible, you know. Yeah, and that pin looks like it's completely corroded. So I might have to... Is the rent in your new location reasonable? Yeah, very reasonable. 500 square feet and 500, around 500 a month. Yeah, you know what? We're not going to be able to refurbish that resistor. That one we will. Maybe we will. A resistor isn't going to fail from liquid unless it's blown, but it might corrode a little bit, but it's not really going to fail like a capacitor will. So we can get a pad right here. No, this resistor is no good. Alright, now I have to find a board with that sensor chip on it because I'm pretty sure that's going to be stolen off of all my boards. Here's a resistor. Come on, out of one of these 40 boards, I gotta have that sensor chip. It can't be stolen off of all of them. Stolen. 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 Guess not. Fast shipping from Arrow. Yeah, I use Arrow. Arrow is a good company. Sometimes they don't have a lot of some stuff compared to Mauser. Mauser in the U.S. ships from Texas. So I'm gonna try and hope the sensor chip is good. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. I could find that same chip, but the thing is it's gonna be on a different board, and I really don't want to go through and find that same chip on a different board. See that? Refurbished sensor chip. High quality repair. 100% accurate. Yeah, I don't like ordering chips from China because half the time they're not real. Who am I kidding half the time? 99% of the time they're not real. Yeah, I'll reply. I have to find a new one of those things. We'll continue. I just don't want to have to go through the schematic and, type in whatever that is and find a existing one on a 2915 or something, but it is what it is. Flex BV will allow you to search the part number on other boards. I know. I'm just lazy. I'm just being lazy. So sometimes when this chip, Maxim seems to make pretty decent ICs, so I haven't seen as many of these fail as like the inner sill ones. I've maybe seen like 1 or 2 to 10 inner sills that fail. So I think we'll be okay on this. We'll know once we put the board under load if it crashes. If it crashes, we'll have to get a new one of these. In that case, a bunch of boards use that, and I should have that in stock. We see how that probe point is just non-existent, falling apart. We'll have to run a wire right there from IMVP ton or whatever that is to that pin. Not a big deal at all. I want my J-tip for stuff like this. There we go. Come on, heat up. Get all the way hot. Yeah, see, the J-tip is really nice for touching up pins like that. Don't want to bridge anything on this unless you like dead CPUs. So now what I'm going to do is reflow this chip and move that capacitor back. I just want to make sure that, better take the fan off or else I'll melt it. Take care of that little bridge. I just want to get the flux kind of under it and clean any junk that may be, you know, underneath of it between the ground plane and stuff. So I'm just going to reflow it. There, that's a happy CPU buck controller now. Is this area good? Replace these caps now. That looks terrible, so we're gonna put some flux there and clean that up with our iron. Same with these guys. I can care less if the cap is straight on the board. It does not matter. I just don't like to have these blobs like that. That's for JTAG. I can care less about that. So our reset chip is next. So our reset chip, we just have to take a little solder off that center pad. I'm going to grab my wick. Flux down, get a 100% trustable reset chip off of a donor board, or the donor board that's right below it. What else did I pluck off and forget? I think that's it for now. Wait, this one. Never mind, there's several. Yeah, with the chip data sheets, sometimes it's tough. Like the ISL 6259, that is um, pretty much an Apple only part. However, the thing is, there's a very similar one. It's the ISL 9520, I think it is. I don't know exactly. But the ISL 9520 is just about the same exact thing. So you can get a lot of information on it from that data sheet. I like when I get boards like this that aren't just complete rabbit holes that you'll never fix. Honestly, never thought my business would become what it is today. What else looked really nasty on this? I think it was on the other side. Here we are. This doesn't look too happy. This thing is for Thunderbolt. This can get off my board. We do not need Thunderbolt. Yeah, that's our regulator for Thunderbolt. That can just get off. I don't care. You're not getting Thunderbolt, not when it went on fire like that, because I do not want this to catch on fire and burn someone's house down. Because then it comes back on me. Can't trust an ISL that was damaged by liquid. Even though that was mostly good, I don't want to trust it. I don't want it to come back. I want it to be a nice, reliable board that can live throughout the 1-year warranty period. Cap to left, back solder. I don't know what you mean. Where? So that cap and filter, this rag is for USB. We're gonna get rid of this. Back when I was learning, I had an LCD connector catch on fire once. How'd you manage that? Never seen an LCD connector go on fire, except the backlight pins, occasionally. Why are you screaming, Hacko? Rest in peace, JSO2. You are dead. We will switch you with a happier and fitter JSO2. I did tap the tip. It's junk. We'll switch it. Okay, so removed cap bridge solder. Where? I don't see any bridge solder here. Try not to rest my hand on anything because it hurts if I do. Yeah, wear gloves. We're going to clean all this up and solder new stuff in. We have to find new stuff first. So first things first is that filter and cap. What are we doing? We're just the board actually worked after ultrasonic. If you watch earlier in the stream, you would see the board go on fire, and then another part of it went on fire. So I decided whatever was on it was too corrosive, and it kept causing it to go on fire. So I threw it in the ultrasonic, and what do you know? We had fan spin. So now I'm just going around replacing whatever looks messed up. Hi is back. Trader is back. Hopefully Trader doesn't start calling the store phone again. Working on mains powered circuits is fun. Oh yeah, those are fun when they go on fire, especially if it goes on fire and right in your face. Yeah, that's no fun. Wait, you do not go there. Anthony, is that same one that was sitting on your floor for a month? That has no image? So we need to find that U4600 thing. Should... I need to reorder donor boards. I'm running dry. I'm not really running dry, but I'm just running out of useful components on them. Most likely what happened is Anthony stole all the good components off my donor boards when I wasn't looking. That's most likely the case, but is what it is. That's why everything is missing the SMC and the ISL and the SMC reset chip, the keyboard controller chip, Q7085, Q7030, and Q7035. All that stuff's missing. You broke my bench PSU. Well, you were messing with my oscilloscope, so, you know, eye for an eye. You caused the oscilloscope to have to be reset to factory settings, so, you know. So as revenge, I broke your power supply. Alright, so now the other side. Let's just check and see if it still works. Which it will, because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. No, I mean, what are you going to do? If someone comes and screws up your oscilloscope, there's just no other way around it. You have to get fair, you know. I could have broken the quick, I could have broken the microscope, I could have broken the Hacko air filter, but I chose the power supply. It's simple as that, you know. You screw up the oscilloscope, I break the power supply. And as you can see, well, the fan is still spinning, the fan still works, Macbook is still in functional state after I messed with it. Or was in a functional state 30 seconds ago. That's strange. What happened to MacBook? Oh. Let's try now. So we'll keep going. Have to address some issues right over here. Yeah, this looks nasty. As well as clock chip. We can't trust that clock chip. So what we're gonna do is get rid of all this nasty junk right here. I don't like touching. CPU FETs have some corrosion. There's a cap right over there that has some corrosion. Now, here's the thing. If you try and heat these capacitors, when you turn it on, you're going to get a nice surprise. What's going to happen is these are going to explode. I've done that. It's stupid. Don't do it. I'm going to try and solder a new one in there with my iron. We could leave that off. It's just a little decoupling cap. Not going to matter. But I may try and get a new one on there just for long term. I like to do a good job. I'm going to put a heatsink on the PCH. If I have a heatsink for the PCH, they pop and hit you in the eye. Exactly. Yeah, I need to find a little heatsink. I don't want to overheat the PCH. PCH does not like when you overheat it. These are all for PP3V42. At least the caps are. Why does my solder keep breaking? Looks pretty good, so I'm gonna just start putting the stuff back. And try not to put anything in the wrong spot. Notice I'm blowing away from the PCH. Do not blow it towards the PCH. Ah, darn it, fell. One more, or two more, because I remembered I missed a little resistor right there. Then we have to do the clock chip, and then this is done. Oh wait, no. The VPOR sensor has to go next. What went right here? So between... I confused myself. So we have a big cap. Another cap goes right here. Gotta pay attention sometimes. And I lost that cap. And 21 people watching still. That's amazing. Lewis is streaming Dota. That's better than streaming Macbook repair, because he always tries to stream when I'm streaming. So this is a 148 AV. We're going to put a 148 AV right here too. Don't want to put a 148 CV unless you want a non-working board. Even though this works, I can't trust it long term. And here come the handshakes. 4 a.m. in the Netherlands and you're still watching this? Don't you people sleep? No, I'm just joking. Not being able to sleep has to be terrible. I haven't had that problem yet, at least not recently. But then again, I work myself to the point of mental and physical exhaustion almost every day, so... Which... Yeah, Tim is boring. So... That'll definitely put you to sleep. Why did I get up? Alright. 143, 148 AV. Proper clock chip. Put some flux right here. We're gonna solder our clock chip. Ranting, I'll probably have a rant here and there too. The thing with a rant is it has to be at the very right time to do a stream on it, you know? Because there's a lot of stuff that makes me angry in the day, but it's usually not at the right time for me to stream. This one did not want to go down right. Come on. You're going to go into place. Need more solder or something. Just didn't want to go down. No, air is fine. I always solder at max air. Just didn't think we had enough solder on those pads. Do medium to low. No, well, if it works for you, great. For me, no. I like to have max air all the time. And that's good enough. You're down there, you'll work. Oh yeah, I've used max air on iPhone boards, and what happens is, use max air, and then you change a component on one side, and then all of a sudden on the other side of the board, everything fell off. Just touched up my iron as usual. Doesn't really need it, but I still like to. The heating elements on the quick, I have it, so it's like, yeah, it could die all at once. I'll just put a new heating element. I want to solder how I want to solder. I've been 2 years on this heating element at 430 Celsius max air. It doesn't die. So we're good to go there. Turn it on, make sure it still works. We replaced a lot of stuff on this board. And then the voltage sensor, ultrasonic, test, goes back to the customer. And as you can see, that fan is spinning. Won't run it for too long because of the heatsink. But yeah, voltage sensor, let's find that. Let's replace that. Then I'm out of here. I'm going to go home, relax, let the antibiotics work so I feel better tomorrow, or at least better than now. I'm going to have to coat that all up. I'll leave that thing, it seems okay. Oh yeah, this cap. Yeah, of course, I'll definitely take them all. It's probably going to suck though. I mean, 875 milligrams twice a day. But it's better than having an infection. Whoa, iron fell. Do you have any employees? I do not. I do pay someone to help on my support group though. Well, basically I pay him to run it. Sensor chip. Oh yeah, this infection's on my hand. It's on my finger. I guess it started on the nail fold and then moved further down the finger. It's kind of sore but kind of itchy at the same time. It's just strange. I've had those before, so I knew, I better get it checked out. And sure enough, it's an infection. Alright, so sensor chip U5410. Oh wait, no. Q5480. So I'm going to do a PDF search on Q5480. And I'm also going to do a PDF search on like a 2915 or something like that, because chances are it's going to be the same chip. So, yeah, I'm just going to Q5480, right? Q5480. And if it looks similar, I'm just going to change it, and we'll hope it'll be okay. So we're going to open a board view for, we'll do 2915, because I always have a bunch of those. Q5480, and that doesn't exist. So what I'll search for is I'll search for PBus SO vSense. And that's going to come from Q5300 on an 820-2915. Find 2915 donor. So, but it looks similar. It has the same amount of pins. It should be the exact same thing. This computer's slow. I don't like. I better check the part number, because one of these on the 2915 is NC. And that's NTD U3169, whatever. And it's the same. So now I just gotta match the orientation. So the dot is gonna be on that pin. Okay, cool. Anyone know how to find schematic for test equipment? Oh, well, what test equipment? Test equipment is very inspecific. As always, if it's not on Google, then you're out of luck. I'm taking this glove off. It's incredibly itchy. Ah, it's driving me crazy. So now we have to run a little wire. Yeah, I could see that that pin is bad. That's what I'm doing. No need to scrape with razor. See? Perfect. What's wrong with that? Perfect. So, I'm going to double check, make sure I didn't remove anything else funny. What I'm going to do is plug it in again, or just check for V-core real quick. So, notice that I know you give me fan spin and green light. Stop trolling. Why no green light? What happened? There we go. Green light and a spinning fan. So this board is going to be done. It's going to get an ultrasonic bath and then ASD and stress tested, all that. And then if anything else arises then, I'll fix it then. But otherwise, I think this board is going to be pretty good. Despite going on fire, the board went on fire, yet we still fixed it. The board seems to be working just fine, despite having its Thunderbolt circuit ripped off that we are not going to put back. No way. I am not putting a Thunderbolt circuit back. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll be on, I'm sure, tomorrow. I have a pile to fix tomorrow. I'll try and do it around 11 o'clock. 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow. And that's about it. So, have a good night, everyone.